Hey everyone, it's your host, Eric. You know that feeling, right? The alarm goes off and you're already dreading it. You drag yourself to a job that feels, well, like a grind. Repetitive, maybe a little soul-crushing, and you're just watching the clock, waiting to go home. You think to yourself, work is just for the bills. My real life starts at 5 p.m. If any of that sounds familiar, you are absolutely in the right place, because today's explainer could completely change how you see things. We are diving deep into the mind of a true legend.
And we're going to tackle this huge question. How do you take a regular job, a normal career, and turn it into something extraordinary? We're going to find the answer by looking at the incredible life and philosophy of Kazuo Inamori, a man they call the sage of management in Japan.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. The proof is in the pudding. I mean, just look at his resume. This man founded not one, but two Fortune 500 companies, Kyocera and KDDI. And if that wasn't enough, at 78 years old, when most of us would be enjoying a well-deserved retirement, he stepped in to save Japan Airlines from total collapse. And he did it in just 424 days. How on earth did he pull that off? Well, the secret wasn't some complicated spreadsheet. It was a simple but profound philosophy of work.
So let's get into it. The very first secret, the foundation for everything else, starts with a complete shift in your mindset. It's about redefining the entire reason we show up to work in the first place. It's not about the money. It's about something way, way deeper.
Inamori's core belief was that the real purpose of work is to sharpen your soul. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds a little philosophical, right? But think about it like this. You don't need to go to some remote monastery to work on yourself. Your office, your factory, your studio, wherever you work, that is your personal dojo. It's the perfect training ground for your spirit. So that client who's driving you crazy, they're not just a headache. They're your sparring partner for practicing patience. That ridiculously complicated project, that's your opportunity to level up your creativity and leadership. You know, I feel this myself. When I'm prepping a really dense book for one of these explainers, my first instinct can be frustration. But then I try to reframe it. This is a chance to sharpen my own mind, to get better at making complex things simple. When you start to see your work this way, every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Okay, so once you have that foundational mindset, that your work is your dojo, you're ready for Inamori's most famous idea. It's the formula that he believed determines the results of your entire life. And seriously, this is a total game changer. So the formula starts with ability. This is pretty much what we all think of when we talk about success, right? Your natural talent, your IQ, your physical health, the stuff you're kind of born with. Inamori scores this on a scale from 0 to 100. A natural genius might be a 90, while most of us might be, say, a 60.
The second factor is passion. This is all about your effort, your drive, your burning desire to get things done. This is also scored from 0 to 100. But here's the crucial difference. Unlike your innate ability, your passion is 100% under your control. You can choose to pour your heart into your work.
And this is where it gets so powerful, because the formula isn't about adding these things together, it's about multiplying them. Just look at this. You've got a lazy genius, super high ability, a 90. But their passion is low, maybe a 30. Their final score, 2,700. Now look at the passionate achiever. Their ability is just average, a 60. But they give it their all, a 100-point passion. Their score, 6,000, more than double the genius. This is such a powerful idea for those of us who weren't born with 160 IQ.
But wait, there's one more piece to the puzzle. And this last factor is by far the most important one. It's the one that determines whether all your talent and passion create something amazing or lead to a complete and utter disaster.
And there it is, the full equation. Result equals mindset times passion times ability. So what is mindset? It's your basic attitude towards life. It's your character. Are you positive, optimistic, and looking to help others? Or are you negative, cynical, and selfish? It's the core of who you are.
Now here's the kicker, the part that just blows your mind. Mindset isn't scored from 0 to 100, it's scored from -100 to +100, and that changes everything. Look here, a person with average ability and passion, let's say 60 for both, but with a great positive mindset of +90, their result is a massive $324,000. But now look at the other side, a brilliant, hard-working person, 95 ability, 95 passion, but with a terrible, selfish mindset of -90. Their result is -$812,000. The more talented they are, the more damage they do. This is why character is the steering wheel. This is exactly what Inamori did at Japan Airlines. He had zero ability in the airline industry, but he brought a plus 100 mindset, and that's what turned the whole ship around.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy and the formula. That's the what. But what about the how? How do we actually do this? How do we light that fire of passion and build that positive mindset? Well, Inamori gives us a really clear, actionable game plan.
He says people are basically one of three types. You've got your combustible types. They'll catch fire if someone else lights them. Then there are the non-combustible types. You can hold a blowtorch to them and nothing happens. And then there's the ideal, the self-combustible person. They generate their own heat, their own passion. And to become one, he says you need to do these three things.
First, fall in love with your work. And his advice here is completely counterintuitive. He says stop trying to find the job you love. Instead, decide to love the job you already have. And you do that by just diving in head first. Pour every ounce of your focus into it. When you get completely absorbed and you achieve something, even something small, you feel that jolt of accomplishment. And that feeling makes you want to try harder, which leads to more success. And it creates this amazing upward spiral until you genuinely love what you do.
Second, set goals that are way higher than what you think you can achieve. I mean, goals that seem almost impossible. Why? Because when you set a crazy high goal, your normal way of doing things just won't cut it. It forces you to get creative, to innovate, to think completely outside the box. That burning desire to reach for the impossible can actually tap into your subconscious mind and lead to breakthroughs you never saw coming.
And third, you have to pursue perfection in the small stuff, every single day. Greatness doesn't just happen in one big, heroic moment. It's built up from 1,000 tiny, ordinary tasks done with extraordinary care. It's the craftsman's mindset. Is every email you write as clear as it can be? Is every report you file flawless? When you make excellence a daily habit in the little things, you build this incredible momentum that leads to something truly remarkable. So as we bring all of this together, you can see these aren't just tricks to get ahead in business. These are fundamental principles for living a more meaningful and fulfilling life, a way to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. So let's just recap the huge secrets we've unlocked today. Number 1, your work isn't a chore, it's your personal dojo for becoming a better person. Number 2, your success is a multiplication of ability, passion, and mindset, and your mindset is the steering wheel that determines if you go forward or backward. And number 3, you can become a self-combustible person by choosing to love your work, setting huge goals, and chasing perfection every single day.
You know, what Inamori's philosophy really teaches us is that the ultimate prize isn't fame or fortune. It's the feeling you get at the end of the day, knowing that through your work, you became a slightly better, more capable, more generous person. So when you walk into your office tomorrow, remember, you're walking into your dojo. And the only real question is, what are you going to build?
Hey, if this breakdown of Inamori's wisdom gave you something to think about, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend who might need to hear this. Oh, and if there's a book you're dying for us to cover, drop the title in the comments below. We read all of them. Thanks so much for your time. This is Eric, and I'll see you in the next explainer.